Hello, and welcome to the Exalted Empress Tarot. I have three piles for you to choose from today, 1, 2, and 3, about your week ahead. So pause the video if needed, meditate on which pile is right for you, and I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hello, group number 1. If you picked the first pile, you were in the right place, and quite frankly, the least likely to be in the wrong place, right? Since everything is lined up, you get the easiest job. You don't have to jump to the next pile. I hope you are having an amazing morning, noon, or evening today. As we look to see what next week can bring, okay? And I am also just going to put it out there. I am doing my best to get my lives monetized at this time, okay? So I can do one-on-one individual readings for you. If that's something that you are interested in, please subscribe, and I will see you live for one-on-one readings when that magical day happens. In the meantime, we are going to talk about you and what you have going on for the next 7 days. This is timeless, by the way. So when it comes on, doesn't matter if you see it. Ooh, okay, so that needs to come. Doesn't matter if you see it right after I put it out on YouTube or if you see it a little bit later. Either way, it is meant for you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add this card. Yeah, I'll add this card. We can move it later for the end of the reading. Okay, let's go ahead and get you some oracle cards. Okay, we're going to pick one for the beginning here, and then we'll choose another one at the end. Oh, wow. These cards are coming out in Jupiter. Jupiter. If you are a Sagittarius or looking for some luck, that may be for you. So keep that in mind, okay? Because that is Sagittarius's ruling planet. Let's go ahead and take a moment to look into the book on this. I know it's a ginormous one. Do not let that freak you out. I'm going to just read a little excerpt on the planet and how that relates to your week, okay? There we go. This also aligns with the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, planet of optimism, expansion, and bounty. Okay, expand into greater awareness. Jupiter is the planet that expands our awareness, guides the way in which we open our minds, grow our lives, and develop higher perspectives in this lifetime. He is the guardian of our abstract minds, human spirit, philosophies, and bestows upon us a yearning for greater attainment of intellectual and spiritual ideas. He he effortlessly assists us in weaving together our sense of universal meaning and truth. Jupiter is a benevolent planet that drives us and the collective consciousness to expand and flourish in positive ways. Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, more massive than all the rest combined, is known in astrology as the Great Benefict, whose influences are the most positive among all planets. Jupiter lords over our sense of optimism, luck, and the type of opportunities that come our way. Astronomically speaking, Earth is extremely lucky because we're spared by many of the asteroids and meteors due to the pull of Jupiter's enormous gravitational field. Keep an eye out for any cards that are paired with or surround this card within the thread. It will represent something considered favorable by the gods. Okay. So, oof. Well, that is interesting because we have the devil right next to it. The devil. We have someone who is in your life, okay, who are having a hard time separating ourselves one. There is a very large benefit to having them around. And so you keep going back. They make something very easy for you. I'm going to, and I see here with the Five of Coins too in reverse, they may have gotten you out of a tough situation. They may have let you borrow money, or they may have helped you make a lot of money. They may be related to your workplace. Even if they're not, they definitely help you a lot financially. So you may be relating to them a lot from that circumstances. Like, this is necessary. I would highly recommend slowly separating yourself from this individual because they may hold a lot of weight and you seem to already know that they're toxic. So over the next week, they may be exercising that or being a little bit more open about that. Maybe something's going on where they would be of use like they have been in the past. Keep that attitude in mind. It's probably how they usually are, and we don't want to deal with that nonsense. With the 10 of Wands, I do feel like they may also be becoming a burden, either them themselves or you have another burden going on and them helping you having to go to them is not the best idea, or they'll help you out, but it just keeps bringing back this connection, keeps having things like collide, connect where you don't want them to. But I do see probably about halfway through the week something will happen, something else will either replace this person. They may help you out and you may get to your end result, but feeling that like instead you may actually receive benefit from somewhere else, whether it's just yourself, your own savvy, your own knowledge, the way that you work through things, or you may have somebody else who can help you instead and doesn't have that negative secondary behavior, that next secondary implication, okay? So keep your eyes open for other opportunities. It may have become a habit for you to go to this person in order to help you solve particular issues. Keep your eyes open for alternatives because this may be the turning point this week in finding a new way to deal with things, these particular things, so that you can deal with people who are healthier, happier, and more constructive. Okay. The 7 of Coins, too, I'm seeing that you are working on your skills in some area. This is a starter beginner mindset, okay? Working on the basics. So, I mean, maybe starting something new, or it may be a new product, new people, new connections, that kind of thing. But you are working on it and you are progressing. So, if it's very new and you're feeling like, ugh, I'm not good at it, that's okay. When we start things, we're always going to be a little haphazard with it. That's just how things are when we begin. And with the 8 of Wands next to it, it will be slow. These new skills that we're gaining is going to take us more than this week in order to learn and learn how to do well. Again, that is okay. That's how you become a real expert. You do things with those like 10,000 hours they say you should have. It's going to take a little bit of time. We also have the 3 of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. A lot of Wands energy in here, actually. Yeah. We have 4 Wands cards. And then this guy on fire over here. I say that because there are 13 cards, so you have about a third of the wands here, and there's just a lot of fire energy. Jupiter is also represents Sagittarius, so that is more fire energy. Okay, so there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of drive. I'm seeing you really going for something. You've probably been going for this thing, and that's maybe why you're not willing to let this, or in the past at least, you haven't been willing to let this devil person go. Let that passion drive you, not the circumstance. You haven't been planning something and there's something about it that you haven't moved forward on because again, you feel like you don't have the strength, you don't have what it takes to do it. You're being used to having connections where people help you out, and doing without it has felt a little iffy. And you may leave this week going, okay, I figured out that thing, but then what about next time? How am I going to figure it out when I move on? Or I have another issue that's like it and I don't have this person to go back to. Am I going to find another person? You have what it takes. Go back to planning that thing that you were planning to. Go back to that idea and see where you can take it. It may be a lot more lucrative and a lot more useful than you're giving yourself credit for. You're not giving yourself the credit that you should. You're not taking into account the things you should account. You're giving a lot of credit to this other person. So this week, when you get through it, recognize that's you getting through it. That's you using your resources and not having to use that person in order to do so. Okay. Let's get another card out. Ooh, okay. Ooh, a super moon. We've been getting a lot of moon cards out recently in all my decks. None of my decks are specifically astrology or moon cycle, so that's interesting. Super moon number 10. If 10 or 1 are important numbers for you, keep that in mind. That may be an indicator. Tune into precisely what will most serve you and work your magic to manifest it now, okay? Let me go ahead and get the book for that card. Increased intuition and concentrated power are increased intuition and concentrated power are presently available to you, okay? Increased intuition and concentrated power. Employ your psychic abilities to find clear direction and purpose. Tune in to precisely what will most serve you and work your magic to manifest it now. The moon revolves around the earth, not in a perfect circle, but in an ellipse or oval shape. This means there are times when it is closer to earth than others. The point of the ellipse that is closest to Earth is called the perigee. 3 to 4 times a year, the moon happens to traverse the perigee just as it is also full. At these times, the full moon appears extra large and bright in the sky. This extra close, extra big full moon is what we call a super moon, okay? Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, relax your body and center your mind, then consult your inner wisdom. Ask any question and you will find that your clear, intuitive knowing is especially accessible to you now. You might hear an inner voice, see an image or word in your mind's eye, or simply know with unexplainable certainty the next best step for you to take. This is divinity, perched on your shoulder, whispering in your ear, and nestled in your heart, more than ready to provide you the guidance and inspiration you need to bring forth the condition or conditions you desire. You can also channel this power into your magical and spiritual work. Find or craft a spell that serves, if you do spell work, your purpose, and then perform it. Often the simplest spells are the best. Let's skip over that. Because this explains the process. Remember, you are magical. You have a direct line to spirit. You have access to the immense cosmic power. Employ these truths immediately and manifest your most authentic desires into form. Yes. You are magical. So we're going to go to the beginning of this where it said, increased intuition and concentrated power. You are magical. You have what it takes. It's basically saying that you are the magician card, okay? You don't need these other connections definitively. They're not the crutch that you maybe have been using them as. And what they've been telling you is them, pumping themselves up, right? Not necessarily helping you out by being like, I'm necessary, blah, 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 blah. Maybe they are necessary. Maybe they're very helpful. Maybe they're very useful. But if they're constantly holding it over your head, maybe they're just making you like indebted, right? Dependent on them, and that's shady. So realize that you have a lot more power than you realize. You have other connections, you have other talents and skills, and you have the ability to build new ones. Okay, so this next week will be really important on how you see yourself and how you build things that are meant for you. So I hope that resonated. If it did, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's Court, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 2. If you found this message today, it was meant for you. And we have the pink tarot deck for you guys. Hope you enjoy. I'm very much in a pink mood recently and have been for a couple months. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Okay, let's see. We have Page of Swords in reverse as our first card. I'm going to go ahead and get all the tarot cards out for you first. And then we're going to start our reading with one oracle card and end it with another to get you a full message about your week and what is coming up. Okay. Hope you all are doing well, morning, night, or evening, whatever you are enjoying at the time of watching. This is also a timeless reading, okay? So whenever you see it, it is totally okay. It does not matter if you saw it right as I published it or you're seeing it a year later. It is still relevant to you. Okay, let's see what we have. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. We have the King of Wands in reverse. Let's do a couple more. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Again, a lot of Wands energy. We had a few Wands cards in the last reading as well. Wands and Swords, though, a lot of air, a lot of fire. That can be a very active week as we have air giving the fire signs a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, really getting things to take off. Air is needed to make fire burn. So sometimes a lot of those energies together can really set things off. We also have the King of Cups. Okay. Well, that is that. And let's get your first oracle card. By the way, I am trying to get monetized ASAP on live so I can give you guys one-on-one readings, okay? One-on-one readings over there. So if this resonates with you today, please feel encouraged to subscribe. The faster I get monetized, the faster I can read for you one-on-one. And we have Eclipse as our oracle card today. Eclipse. Let's go ahead and take a look at the meaning of that. I do have a ginormous book with the meaning in here. No worries though, I am not going to read pages on here, so do not panic. Just a little excerpt on this page. This card itself. Eclipse. Anticipate anew. Eclipses initiate positive change and major life transformation with the promise of opening you up to greater levels of awareness and intuitive insight. They bring illumination, acceleration, news, and acts as a catalyst for change. They mark time for completions and endings. As you end one cycle, transit with grace and wisdom, release all that no longer serves you. Eclipses are powerful catalysts for change. Okay, so we have new things coming in for sure. Major life changes. Allow your soul to be illuminated. You have a powerful energies that can be a catalyst for change. Lunar eclipses only occur at full moon when the moon's lunar light is blocked by the earth moving between the sun and the moon. They are incredibly powerful energy that's all about your inner world, your emotions, your thoughts, feelings, and reflections. They're about awareness and insight that we need to dig deeper into the subconscious to find. Eclipses have divine purpose and higher reasoning for their unique cosmic occurrences. They provide you with an energetic platform in which to help you evolve and advance in your spiritual development. Sometimes you will find around eclipses, or if this card has appeared in your reading, that it relates to a feeling that something is cosmically working behind the sense to open up certain pathways of your destiny. Okay, so we have new things opening up for you this week. You may have a big change that you are initiating. You already want that big change to happen. It could be a career, it could be in a relationship, it could be in a hobby, some other goals, but either way, you are changing in a big way. This is your time. With the Page of Swords, there may have been some piece of information, some news, that has been um it's going to be revealed to you this week. Okay, so up until now it has been eclipsed. It's been kept from you, but this upcoming time period is going to be revealed. You're going to see something for the first time. With the sun, I'm saying this is going to be a great week for you. This news is going to really open your eyes to something, so it's going to be a good thing. Whatever was keeping it from reaching you before, I don't see any bad intentions there. And once you realize that, you're gonna be like, I can't believe I didn't know this whole time. It's gonna really help you. It's gonna propel you forward into the rest of your week, into the new thing that you were willing to try. The Three of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands upright. You may not be planning this thing very well. You may not have an interest. It may be that may be moving too slowly for you. You're going to be very passionate about this thing. You have been very passionate about this thing. Knowing the things that you know, the new information is really going to make you be like, oh my God, I have to try it. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do the other thing. And you're going to propel yourself forward. That is great. That motivated, that strong, like passionate energy that you're going to dive into for this next thing is really going to, it's going to be, attracted to others. It's going to bring others around what you're doing. It's really going to make things move forward in a way that you maybe weren't planning before. We also have the Five of Wands in reverse. So there may have been some people who are like bickering, or this upcoming week, you may have people who like talk around the water cooler, who shit talk, who have a lot to say. They're going to shut up. They're going to see what you're doing and they're going to be intrigued, actually. This may be like a whole new way of looking at these people, but they're going to have a new interest in what you're doing and what you have to say that you haven't seen with them before. Okay, so we now have a fan club apparently. All of a sudden, they're real interested in everything that you have to do. We also have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So we're realizing we're not trapped. Oh, I skipped over the Knight of Swords. One second. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I'm seeing that there was a lot of information that just wasn't revealed to you. I think maybe you just didn't have access to it for practical reasons. Maybe gosh, it may be something that was, it's not online, or like people doing the specific hobby. There were interests that you had, but you didn't know that like there's a whole group of people who do this as a hobby. Maybe you didn't know what it was called. Maybe you didn't understand the references to it. Um, yeah, I'm seeing that there's something about this information that it was hard to get. Maybe it's like has to do with like research, or like, one of those places where the information can be a little bit hard to find even on the internet. But with the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse, you're realizing like, oh my gosh, it's like coming in. Like as the week goes forward and you got the little bit of information, the little detail, you start looking proactively looking for it. It's gonna be like information, not overload, but just like avalanche or just information coming to you. You're looking, you're like, wait, there's more here, there's more here, there's more here. I can look at this, I can look at it from this angle, I can look at it from this perspective. Da, 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 da. And keep going to looking at it different ways because you didn't even realize that it was out there. With the Age of Swords and Reverse, we're realizing we're not trapped. We don't have to stick in a certain area, that there's actually this whole expansive world. For some reason I'm thinking of like spelunking. If you don't know what that is, it's like exploring underwater caves. Very specific, right? Like not everyone's going to do that, and it has a very interesting name. So if you are always like, wow, underwater caves are really cool looking. I whenever I see them, I just think they're so amazing. And then you win about your day because you're like, well, what else am I going to do about it? And then you found out what it was called afterwards, and then you start looking it up. It gives you a lot more to look into. It gives you a lot more to explore because now you have to, okay, this is what it's called. Other people do it. You actually can get a scuba diving license. You actually can get a certain level of experience and go searching, and like people do this in groups and all this kind of thing. So now there's this whole world that's expensive, opening up. So, yeah, so I see your whole week is gonna revolve around discovery, around this new thing that's of interest to you, this thing that you didn't have information of about before. And it doesn't have to be scuba diving. It doesn't have to be some physical hobby or anything, but it could be relationship wise, it could be, um, meet up a gathering that's actually very successful in your area that you weren't aware of before. And now all of a sudden you find out about it and you're like, oh my God, like if I had known people were meeting over here, I absolutely would have gone. I love doing that. And I love meeting people and I'm looking for a partner. Da, 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 So it's something like that where now you have this new information and you can explore it more expansively. We also have the King of Cups upright. So I feel like you are already like really balanced in this area. So you already have your emotions set. You know exactly how you feel about these things, and there's no confusion about whether or not you want to do anything. It's just the information was lacking. So you're gonna dive into this, no pun intended, but you're really going to jump into this with a lot of passion, very direct, and you're probably going to have a natural skill to it to some level. I mean, obviously you're just going to be starting this new thing or starting this new relationship or be a new person in the social circle, but it's really going to grow on you. Okay, you're going to have a lot going for you because they're going to see this person who's very balanced coming in this next week, and like it's really going to be the start of a whole new kind of lodestone in your life. So let's go ahead and get this other card out and let's see what it says. Blue Moon and number 5, you are now being offered a rare opportunity and a second chance. Rare opportunity and second chances. So you may have even, for some of you at least, I don't think it's everybody, but for some of you, you may have been invited to this thing before. You may have been close to this before. You may have some interaction with it previously, and maybe you didn't have the space at that time. You were distracted. We didn't quite understand what it was. Someone was like, hey, are you interested in? You're like, not really. What is that? What does that even mean? um so now you're coming back to it. You may recognize some people, you may recognize some other things about it. You are now being offered a rare opportunity at a second chance. A door that previously seemed to be closed is now open. Learn the lesson, step through the portal, and find what you seek. Usually there is one full moon for every astrological season. In other words, one full moon per sign per year. But every once in a while, once every 3 to 4 years, there are 2 full moons in one astrological season, and a full moon is always the current sun sign polarity. So that means there are 2 full moons in a row that are the exact same sign. The second of these two is what we call a blue moon, okay? A blue moon is a bonus opportunity, an occasion to deepen your understanding of something, or a second chance at something that passed you by the first time around. Examine the object of your inquiry or the major life pattern or concern that is showing up for you now. What possibility is present for you again? What would you like to do over to do to have another occasion to master? Is there something that you thought you would never quite learn, grasp, or overcome? is a relationship or opportunity in which you might have said that ship has sailed. Well, that ship hasn't sailed. As a matter of fact, that ship is still waiting for you at the dock, okay? Contrary to popular assumption, when something is meant for you, the universe will offer you countless moments to claim it. Of course, you must be alert to these moments, and you must also be prepared for them. Otherwise, they will quietly pass you by. So be prepared. What if the healing or success you've secretly wanted isn't as impossible as you once believed it was? In what ways can you proactively get ready to claim the righteous desires of your heart? Claim and make a way for what you want, and you will be more likely to get it. If you want to you want to be a movie star, take an acting class. If you like someone you admire to come over for dinner, send them an invite and set the table for two, okay? And just for preparing for what you desire, be on the lookout for it. Be alert to auspicious openings everywhere. Don't just look for them, expect them. Then the minute your lucky break presents itself, you'll be ready to make your move, okay? Things are moving in your direction, okay? And you are receiving these messages now, okay? Whatever has happened, you've become more alert and more open to them. And this card does talk about that sometimes these opportunities have come forward to you before. You just weren't aware enough to notice them when they came by. You're aware enough now. So whatever has already changed this week is going to present these opportunities for you, and you're going to be more than ready for them, digging into them. I hope that resonated. If so, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's Court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello, and welcome to the Exalted Empress Tarot. We are doing what is your week ahead, okay? What are we going to be up to, what is coming in for us? This is a timeless reading. So if you are here and it has been a year since I posted this video, that is perfectly okay. And of course, if you see it right after I publish it, that is also okay. Okay, just the next 7 days for you. And if you are interested in this channel, if this resonates, feel free, please feel welcome to subscribe. I'd love to see you in the Empress's Court. I'm also really hoping to get monetized on a live soon so that I can give you one-on-one readings, okay, guys? The faster I get monetized, the faster I can do that for you guys. So keep that in mind if you would like a one-on-one reading with me. Okay, let's get those cards out. So we have your tarot cards out. We just need to get an oracle card for you to get started. So let's go ahead and do that. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning, evening, or night. Morning, afternoon, or night, I should say. Maybe nobody watches these in the middle of the day. The middle of the day somewhere, right? Like, it'll work out. But I do hope you're enjoying your time here and just in general. Let's see. Spirit is being shy about this one particular card. Come on, Spirit. I just need one more. What is their week ahead like? Wow, Venus. I'm getting really shocked. I'm getting so many planets and moon cards, and none of these decks are strictly astrological. It's just been what's happening lately. I don't know. There's something in the stars for everybody right now because that's what's happening. Venus is the ruling planet for both Virgo, which I'm sure a lot of people know, and Libra. Okay, so keep that in mind. That may be a sign, or it may just be a point of interest. Maybe someone you know, someone who's on your mind. It's one of those signs. And that's the energy that we are bringing in right now. The planet of love, beauty, and money. Okay, fourth chakra, the throat chakra. Ooh, I misspoke. It is Taurus in Libra. I will go back and see what Virgo is doing. This is Venus is the ruling flower of Taurus and Libra. Okay, live through vibration and love of appreciation. Venus is a planet of love, relationships, romance, harmony, emotional attachments, beauty, and money. Its vibrations guide the way in which we approach, think, and feel about love, the way we experience pleasure, how we act on our desires and needs of the heart, as well as the role of money and finances plays in our lives. Venus is concerned with spreading happiness and compassion, socializing, and our reliability to others. It teaches us how to love and appreciate others. Venus is also responsible for the urges we have. It implores us to indulge in our senses and to revel in the beauty of our world. This planet represents pleasure, contentment. She's a goddess, charmer, graceful in action, cultured, and above all, a lover. Pay attention to when Venus and Mars are paired or appear in a spread. Yes. Yeah, you should do that, actually. I don't think I will get Mars, but if we do, we've been warned. Are paired together in a spread. They are known as astrological lovers. The two planets combine to form an overall approach to love. Venus is all about our inner desires, while Mars is about how we act on those desires. Take that as you will. Okay, let's get started into these tarot cards. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. I don't know. I feel like I always get that card in reverse. Okay, Page of Swords in reverse and the Four of Swords in reverse. And also the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, we're going to start off with this. You have a lot of swords energy. We have 4 swords in here. Okay, so that's like a third of the sword suit in your reading, okay? So a lot of love, a lot of passion, passionate energy coming in for you. But I'm feeling you need to rest. You may be I- really trying to connect or deal with some issue in the romance department, or at least a relationship issue. It could be platonic this week. Okay, but the Page of Swords, there's some sort of misinformation that may have happened previously and are kind of still trying to fix what that is. With the Four of Swords in reverse, though, you may be a little tuckered out from it. It's okay to rest. Sometimes, like putting in that extra energy, even though it's coming from a place of love, we're like pushing, 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 and we can actually just end up wearing ourselves out because we've been pushing so much. You don't need to push that hard. You shouldn't need to push that hard in order to communicate. Okay, so relax a little bit. Let's get some things relaxed, take care of ourselves before we push again towards clearing up whatever this is. With the Wheel of Fortune also in reverse, I do see that there may be some karma stuff that's happening. There may be a cycle that is coming to an end. It could be the end of this connection with this person, or it may just be a pause for now as things settle. This solving of this miscommunication may involve more than just you this week. So if you've been dealing with this person for a while, if you've been going back and forth with this person for a while, or this group or whoever it is you're communicating with, just taking a pause, taking a step back and seeing how things go may be the better route. The Empress upright. Yeah, I'm saying taking a step back and resting may be much more of a better strategy than you think it is, because the Empress is the divine feminine energy. It's about having a certain composure, having a certain way of holding ourselves, having a certain way of communicating that brings opportunities to us without us having to proactively push towards it. So I'm feeling like, again, you've already put a lot of energy to proactively search for it. This may be the time to relax, take a step back and see how it comes towards us. How can things be moved towards us? Lean forward into what we are doing, be interacted towards us. Yeah, and I think this may work out. I think we need to who's out, let the energy go, and see where things go, because we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So something that's been going on is not ending. You giving it space, you giving it time, you letting things kind of marinate is not going to immediately like destroy this thing. It's like, ugh, now we can't pursue it because this and then. No, you're good, you're fine. You actually may need to give this thing air. Swords is a sign of air, is air energy. We need that oxygen, we need that space, we need that time, and we can use our divine and feminine energy to kind of relax, lean back and go, okay, this is where we're at. We've said this, we've said that, we were heard. We can let things move forward a little bit from there without having to push it more or grasp at anything. With the Eight of Swords, yeah, we may be feeling a little trapped or stuck in the situation. That's not true. Leaving space, leaving time, not being proactive in every single moment does not mean that we're not doing anything. It can be strategic, and I do feel it's strategic at this time. You also have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Woohoo! Underneath the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and Empress. So I think by the end of the week, I think giving space and being like, I stood on business, I said what I said, whether you had to say it like that or you were able to say it gently, is really going to give you the results you were looking for, okay? Because you have 3 of the 4 10 cards here, and the tens are about completion, okay? So we have the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. There's also, of course, the Ten of Wands. Okay, we don't have that one here. But you have 3 of the 4 10 cards, and the tens are about the completion of the cycle. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Usually it's a little bit more harsh. The Ten of Wands is a little bit more harsh. Those are harsher endings to a cycle. Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups are both the positive, very positive endings to a cycle, okay? And they are upright. So both emotionally, financially, foundationally, you are going to have things leveled out. They're going to work out for you this week with this particular situation. So it's really been wearing on you. If it's been like a heavy like burden, it's going to end very well. You probably will be a little shocked, a little surprised that things work out the way they do. They just need that time. They needed you to say everything you needed to say, for the other party to say what they needed to say, and to step back and see where things go. Ooh, we have Leo energy, the sun, by the way. Leo is represented by the sun. Rule your world, express your passion, be guided by your own radiant and courageous heart. 39, in case that number is important to anyone who's out there, okay? Let's go ahead and get the booklet on that, and we will read what this meaning is about for you. Remember your world, okay? Remember your world. Express your passion. Be guided by your own radiant and courageous heart. This card may also represent a person with their sun, moon, or rising in Leo. Leo is the only sign ruled by the sun, the radiant star at the center of our solar system. In our physical human bodies, the human heart is the sun's counterpart. As a muscle, the heart sets the rhythm of the body as it percussively sends life and nourishment throughout the whole. As an energy center, it holds the love of the universe. It shines love out and receives love. Your own heart beating now within your chest is inconceivably miraculous and bright, okay? Tune into your heart now. Breathe into it, breathe out of it. Feel the blinding power and brightness that lives there, and ask, what does my heart tell me? What does it want? What does it need? What is it burning for? Where does it lead? As you continue to breathe in and out of the heart and attune to its wisdom, it will become clear and brighter and easier to hear. Sometimes a heart's yearning for love, beauty, connection, passionate self-expression makes being a human feel difficult to bear, but when we suppress or ignore the power longing at the heart, life becomes dismal and dull. Leo reminds us that life is short and can end at any time. If you must choose between dreary boredom and aching passion, brave the tenderness and choose the passion every time. This is the true meaning of courage. Attuning to and following your heart will help you transcend any stuckness, worry, confusion, or self-consciousness that you feel. Bust through the blocks, overcome inertia, let your heart's glorious brightness heal you and light your way, okay? Figure out what it is exactly you want and move towards it. So this week is about resolution in this area, okay? Put all love and kindness and energy towards that thing, because it will be resolving. We can solve it. It doesn't have to be proactive. We can put our peace and our love and our energy towards that person. We can give them space, and we can help bring things into the direction that we were looking for this week. So if that resonated, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's Court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok. And I will see you next time in the Empress's Court. Bye.